Well, hello, guys. This is Cindy, your host at Ask Cindy Connector Live. Make sure that you go to TikTok, Facebook, subscribe to YouTube, and definitely follow me on Instagram. So, a really quick plug if you are a small to medium sized business, please go to StreamYard.com, get an account. If you want to have a video podcast similar to this, StreamYard is amazing, and you could actually stream on various networks. Today, we are streaming on some business pages on Facebook as well as YouTube. And a really quick plug, this is one of my favorite days, National Almond Day.
There
Make
you
sure
go.
that you go to National Day Calendar. You can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So today is National Almond Day. Do a grouch a favor day. Don't even get me started. That Tuesday, and there's a few other days if you want to check it out. Definitely go to nationaldaycalendar.com. So, a little backstory on me. I am a professional travel agent. I'm also a client retention specialist, and I love to pay it forward. So, about 10 years ago, one of my friends started calling me Ask Cindy Connector. I was sharing a lot of referrals through our sphere of influence. So, now I have this branding as a blog and a podcast. So I'm so excited today. I'm introducing you my friend Kim Pagano. She's been on the show before. And make sure that you go to her website at thekimpaganoshow.com. And Kim, tell us all about your story and how did you get started in your industry?
First of all, Cindy, thank you so much. Of course, we met in our mailbox power. We both are connectors. I love that. I was always a connector too. Even before I did radio, I was a hair therapist. And so right there, I always love to make people look good and feel good and do good. And I believe when you look good, you feel good and you do good. So I was interviewing all the way back then, own my own salon, have a couple businesses. And then I saw this little ad because I had already started a huge women's group and really just inspired people to live their best life. And so I went for an interview, and I went on with three other women. And by the couple months later, I took the show over, not by my intention, but by my inspiration. And so I have guests from all over the world on my show. It's I used to do 3 hours Monday through Friday. Now I am 1 hour on Saturdays. Start your day in a positive way. I invite people to share their message. And to me, your message is your magic. And so I also do business coaching and media coaching to help you stay in front of your clients and really just get your best message out there. A lot of us are on Zoom calls now. And if you don't have your message in your magic, like in a little, 5-second connection, you're not going to be out there. You're not going to be effective. And so that's something I really help you with. Also, on my radio show, I give you a platform to share your stuff. I give you a professional voiceover commercial. And
wow.
yeah, so it's really fun.
I'm going to go to Ask Cindy Connector really quick, and I'm just going to share this broadcast. That way we get some comments going here.
There you go. Perfect. And also you can go to Kim Pagano Show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and sign up for our newsletter. We have a newsletter that goes out every single Friday. And we would love to have anybody that has a business that needs a platform to share in a huge way. Yeah, I love it. Cindy's going to be on actually this weekend. And so I'm really excited. We're going to be talking about bucket lists. And there's so many things that you could talk about and really just share your passion. And that's what people are. It's contagious. People hear and see that you are happy and that you're excited about whatever you're doing in life, and they want to be a part of what you're doing. And that's really what business is all about. Not out there hardcore selling. I don't like to hardcore sell. I think there's enough people to go around. And so, yeah, I love what you're doing, Cindy.
Well, thank you. I'm going to make a really quick announcement. If you would like to comment on this show, make sure that you go to Ask Cindy Connector Live, like our page. Also go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. So both Facebook and StreamYard can marry and we could see your comments. So one of the things I wanted to ask you, Kim, what are some of your inspirations?
Oh gosh, well, I'm kind of at that point where I've always loved business. So I'm always starting something, and I want to be doing something that's helping other people, and it makes me happy when I'm doing it. So mailbox power is one of the things that I got involved in. I love sending out cards to people, and it's a way of doing business in a happy way and staying in touch with people. Um, what else? Gosh, my husband and I just bought a house out in Arizona, and we love to decorate and we love to construct, and so we have a construction company, and so we're doing that. It's really fun. I love my family, my grandchildren. They bring so much happiness to me, and I love my friends, and I love to meet new people. I love to hear people's stories. And I think that's one of the things that I love the most about my radio show is just sitting down and listening to your stories and to find out, how can I help you? How can you help me? Because I think we all have golden nuggets. Just like you and I, Cindy, we had a really quick conversation this morning, and we just share your journey, my journey, and see how our journeys could help each other. So
Definitely. So tell us a little backstory before you got into being a radio host. What were you doing? What got you inspired to do what you're doing now?
So I owned a hair salon. I had several hairstylists, manicurists, facialists all working with me. I had a huge clientele. Um, this pandemic has totally changed that. Not that I still don't have a clientele, but I love my clients. They were just the best. And they're starting to totally trickle in now, but this has probably been the hardest year in all the years of my career. But I really just would listen to them, and I would be able to help them kind of migrate their life. And that really helped me and helped them. And so people were like, Kim, oh my gosh, I know I need my haircut, but can you tell me, what do you think I should do? Do you think? And I would listen to them. And I always wanted to be a therapist. And so I ended up being a hair therapist. And so, anyways, I took it one step further and thought, if I could help this many people, what if I could get out there in a bigger way? And so I started out there, and we talk about the brighter side of life. We don't talk about politics or religion.
Good.
And I hear people's journeys. There's people that have been, addicted to drugs and have come through it. We're all here to learn and to just really help each other to grow to that next step.
So tell us a little bit about your show and what kind of guests could I get to your show? Because I'm connected. I have a sphere of influence. I already have a few people that I have on mine that I would like to have on your show or connect you so they could come on your show. Tell us a little bit more about how your show works.
So, well, really anybody. I could have anybody on my show. The only people, again, I don't have is anybody that talks about politics or religion. But it's really a platform to tell your story, to bring business to you, and I always say, you don't want to go on there to try and sell. You want to tell people who you are and what you do, because people want to do business with people that they feel connected to. And so there's a whole platform, there's a whole campaign that I would love to share with anybody that wants to be on there. And you use that to do business with. And that's really what it's all about. So again, please go to KimPaganoShow.com. And send me, my phone number is 805-419-0008. I would love to have that connection with you and see if there's something that I can help you share your message. And again, I really believe your message is your magic. And so I hope you really put that together and share it in a big way.
And that really puts a positive spin, because one of my sayings is your mess becomes your message.
Oh,
so magic that acts more of a positive spin to it. So kind of tell everybody like what that tagline means to you.
Well, basically, what you just said is we all are, for anything that we've gone through in life, and life is not perfect by any means. And once you've gone through it, you're a little stronger. And so, the saying says, if this doesn't make me stronger, I don't know what else will. Okay. And that's it. We're living and we're learning. And so I always feel like my show is like a school on air. And so I hope that you can go back and listen to all my guests. I have so many amazing guests, and everybody comes with some golden nuggets. So if you're looking to learn something, or, find out something, maybe you just want to know that you're okay, or motivation. I love motivation. I love to be inspired by people, and I think we all learn together. So to me, many hands make little work.
And I'm actually going to do a plug for my friend John. I've been reaching out to him about you. He's with the John Johnson Show, and he actually does a comedy show with various comedians here in Huntington Beach. It's called Comedy on the Beach, and he also is in a water business with Kagan Water. So I think he would be a really good person for you to get on the show.
I love it. And laughter is by far your best medicine. That's one thing my dad said. Find the humor in anything that you could possibly do, because you'll end up having a better time. And that's what it's all about. Have fun. I just go on there and I have fun, and I try to look at what is happening in their life and learn from them and get to know them. And, we all bring something to the table. Pretty fun.
So, tell us a little bit more about your show. Like, where is it broadcasted, and which networks can people tune in to get into the show or to listen to the show?
Sure. So my studio is in Ventura, California. Of course, now I do my show from everywhere and anywhere. That's a huge thing, which was always the way it was, but I love to connect with people in my studio. So we used to do that. Of course, I have people from all over the world. You can listen on kvta.com. You can stream it there. And then an hour after that, it goes on to my podcast. So that's on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Apple, you name it, it will be there. And then you can also just go to KimPaganoShow.com.
So what upcoming guests do you have?
Oh gosh, you know what? I have a lot of different PR people that bring amazing people to me, and they're just promoting their stories. I've had 5 love languages. I'm sure you've heard of that before.
Oh, I've had 3 people on my show talking about the whole meaning behind the 5 love languages for relationship and business. That's amazing.
Yeah, and so I've had him. I should have written it down, but there's so many people that stand out. But you know what? I really believe, there's people that have tons of followers, and there's people that I talk to and go, oh my gosh, I can't wait for people to hear you. And I just think we're at different levels in life. And then once we come out there and we have our message, it's time to share it. And so that's what it's all about. Like, we're going to hear about you and your bucket list. How did you come up with bucket lists?
Bucket list coach. I've actually was a professional chef for 25 years. I was a professional chef. I ended up getting arthritis, and it really wasn't something that I could do the rest of my life, as my chopping hand was after about 3 or 4 prime ribs. I worked in cruise ships and fine dining and all that, but I just wasn't feeling that it was the good career for me anymore. So I wanted something that was going to be life-changing. I'm able to create memories. I'm able to have my clients create memories. And it's one of the best things that anyone can do is to be your own travel agency.
And so I know we're going to hear about this on my show, but let me ask you, so people have changed so much now through this pandemic. We've been isolated. We have had our lives paused. We have been shut down, basically. And so when do you think that traveling is going to actually come back?
It's open right now. As a matter of fact, Catalina is opening up next month. So even at a local level, you could go to Newport Beach. You can do the whale and dolphin excursion. My surf instructor with McKinnon Surf and Sup Lessons here in Huntington Beach, you could take a surf lesson with him. Also doing employee morale type stuff. You could do surf lessons, paddleboard lessons with him. Skydive San Diego. I mean, there's so many things here on the local level if you live in California. And I'm an agent with Viator, so we do like a lot of local excursions with them.
That's
So there's
perfect.
a few things open, but like to go to like Europe and stuff like that. But within
Right.
the United States, it's you could still travel. I have a client right now that's in Costa Rica.
Oh, there you go. I
Yeah.
love it. No, my husband and I went to Ecuador and we really loved it out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
we've done our share of traveling, and now with this going on, we have a motorhome, and we love
Nice.
to just travel around here, and we go visit my daughter in Texas. So of course they're a little snowed in right now.
Yeah.
Crazy world right now, I tell you, but good stuff. I think that you roll around in the world that we're given, and right now you make fun wherever you're at, and that's what it's all about.
And it's all about, we talked about this before, it's all about the gratitude. A lot of people are complaining about our previous year and when the pandemic started. And really, the most important part of every single day is just being grateful for the people who celebrate us and give us joy and waking up every morning. I mean, we'll deal with a lot of things in life, as we know, but that is so important, is just surround yourself with the right people. Because if you're surrounding yourself by people who are making you sad and fearful, then it's okay to start with new friends, because you want to be in joy. That's so important, to live every day in joy.
Yeah, and I mean, people do have their downfalls, and
Mhm.
they need to be lifted. But if that person is a human vampire that's sucking you dry, it's time to move on, my friend. And you know what? There's enough people out there, and it's you don't have to say goodbye. You just have to move on. And so that's what I really do. But I try to make my own happiness and wake up every morning and just be grateful that I'm on this side of the earth, and
Mhm.
for all the things that I have, and just enjoy feeling good at this point. So, yeah.
We have a few minutes. So since we talked a little bit about the love languages, so my love language is words of affirmation. Actually, gifts is at the lower end. And that's really my top affirmation. And then acts of service. I always like to do things for people. How about you?
I'm the same. I'm actually the same. Yeah. And I love to,
Whoa.
yeah, isn't that great? Yeah. I
Mhm.
love to tell people, and I think we talked about this before, when you're in the grocery store, you're being served somewhere, and just to say, you know what, thank you so much. You're doing a great job. I love that. People are like stunned, and they're like, why did you say that? And I'm like, look at it, it turned them into a different person. They're like, wow, thank you so much. And that's what this world needs, is just really positive talk, positive talk and inspiration, and saying thank you. My parents always taught me to say thank you and
Mhm.
please for everything. And it pays off, and just the things in life that we take for granted. Sometimes we have to look at those as so precious, because in a second they could be gone.
People don't realize that we are here today, gone tomorrow. And one of the things I started last year, when I would go to Costco or when I would go to our local grocery store, I actually would say thank you to the employees. And a lot of them were like, why would you say thank you to me? Because you're here. It's during COVID, but I just wanted to show my appreciation. So a lot of people aren't really used to doing that. And even when you're out and about, a lot of people don't even say bye or
Right.
hi, nothing.
Right.
They're so stressed out, like in Costco, they're so stressed out, and you'll say, "Hi, how are you?" They're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, have a great day."
Yeah, or even letting
Yeah.
somebody go in front of you in the line, or
Mhm.
just I've learned to, like, this is where I'm supposed to be. If I'm in that big a rush, I shouldn't be here. And so
Exactly.
go right ahead. I have all the time in the world, and if I don't, I'll choose to do something different. But I won't be like I used to be, like that, like, oh my God, I got to get all this in. I just don't do that. It's too much stress, and I was hurting myself instead of helping myself. So now I kind of wake up, and I'm a really early bird. So I wake up really early every day, and
I am too.
I know. I wake up
You're
ready
like
to
texting me, "Are you up? What?"
I know. Yeah, I love it. So my friends all call me. They're like, I go, is everything all right? Yeah, you're the only one up right now. So, but I love to start my day in a positive way and just enjoy life and see what life. I'm kind of one of those, if somebody spur the minute, I like to plan because obviously I have to with my
Yeah.
shows and all my stuff. But I like to go, oh my gosh, never thought I'd be doing this today, but perfect. Bring it on.
Exactly. So thank you so much for having me. I'm going to put you in the green room and I'll see you there in right about 30 seconds. Okay.
You got it. Thank you, honey.
Thank you. Well, there you go, guys. Make sure you go to kimpaganoshow.com and stay tuned. I actually will be on her show on Saturday. We're going to be talking about a lot of great things on bucket listing. But going back to gratitude, when you are out and about, make sure to thank those grocery store employees, any department store like IKEA, Costco. Show gratitude. It means the world to people. We never know what kind of day somebody's having. So this is Cindy at Ask Cindy Connector, and definitely subscribe to my YouTube. We'll see you here on the next show. I actually have my friend James, and he's talking about his amazing nutritional product. Take care. Woo-hoo!